Testing, 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 testing. This hangout on air is live. Red button, red dot. There's
Oh
a
shit,
button.
I see what's going on.
Oh, oh, we there's oh wow, the
Oh, nice. There
timing
we go.
was impeccable. Look at that.
Hello there.
Hey, Data.
How are you?
I
I'm
am
good, man.
present and accounted for.
Yes.
TC, I think you're muted.
And muted. And hello, anybody. Somebody. Okay. I was about to say my chat is blank again. I'm gonna start freaking out early. But good morning, Sora Luna, and welcome to the chat. How are you doing today?
Hi, Sora.
This one
Oh,
was planned to
Sora.
be a panel, and how do we feel? Let's start off with sad news, and we'll move towards better news. How do we feel about the dead bush?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan
It's-
either.
We turn the soil and move on.
Yeah, just shove him in the ground if he's even dead. If
Yeah, right?
if
He's
he's
just a head in a jar somewhere, like on freaking, like, what is that?
either that or they moved him into some underground city.
Okay, 94.
Some dumb base.
94, guys. I'm not. I'm starting to feel a little old. Not that I'm that old, but I'm starting to feel a little old knowing what the average life expectancy is and where I am and all that bullshit.
Oh, please.
Then
I
you-
got 6 years on you, and TC's got like 8 or something.
Then you look at everything went black.
TC's mic's not working.
Oh, that sucks, TC. Well,
Hold on.
still
No,
I have squirrels gnawing at the wires, so I don't know.
You know, the weird thing
it's...
My mic wasn't working last week, and when I turned off Discord, it worked, which was weird.
Discord
Okay.
interferes with shit. I don't run the app on my wife's computer at all. I run the website so that it doesn't interfere with as much. But yeah, it is what it is.
Back to Bush. I mean, he was like one of the first globalists.
Well, no new taxes, my ass.
I mean, he's deep state all over. I mean,
big time.
He's the guy who turned Mena Airport in Arkansas into an international airport.
Okay, so something I thought was funny, and I thought it was the part worth talking about, is this whole controversy over how Trump looks for not going, how he looks better right now for not going down after the death to see to the transport, how he just sent Air Force One to bring the body to the White House for the presidential funeral, and then it's being transported via Air Force One to Texas for burial in the Bush Memorial Library.
That sounds about right.
But he was. Some presidents have gone to C2 transport of previous presidents, and Trump didn't go. And now the media is going, well, a couple of things that I saw, because I haven't seen a whole lot. The media was going, this is a good thing for Trump because he really doesn't need to be getting involved with some of this stuff. And it's like, wait a second. Don't other presidents sometimes get involved? Why wouldn't it be up to him to get involved? What the fuck are you even talking about?
I mean, if either way, he would have been damned if he did, or damned if he didn't.
That's what I started thinking. Is like, wow, if you're gonna criticize him just attending or not attending, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. And now,
I mean, if you follow Q, I'd like to see a paddy wagon pull up at the funeral, and then some federal agents walk down the aisles, tap a few people on the shoulder, and escort them out in cuffs.
Here's a question though: was there an ongoing bet between Stanley and George Bush, and did George Bush just win? And he said, "Fuck it, I won. I'm done."
Stanley?
Stan Lee.
Oh.
I knew that.
Have you seen Kyle? He's about yay tall. Crying out loud.
And hello, everybody in chat who I haven't said hello to. Hello, Scrappy. Bush Sr. is dead.
Yeah.
Byline, JFK assassination dies. JFK was assassinated from the gutter. Proof now. Proof somewhere. I saw it.
What, you never heard of the picture they have of Bush at the Daily Plaza?
No.
There was also a phone call. There was a warning sent to the FBI from a gentleman by the name of George Bush, and when they tracked George down, he said, "No, it wasn't me."
Now, I have a weird one I ran into this week. I ran into a conundrum. You know, it's one of those personal conundrums where everybody I know and talk to knows that I don't give anything about myself out if I can at all help it. And part of
top secret.
It's just because I want to keep my life separate. Life is life, yeah. Internet is internet. That's how I was raised. So I like keeping it separate. But I ran into something working the other day, and it blatantly had a name on it that I recognized from the internet because some people use their real name. And I stopped and I went, I could ask if that's the person, and that would be really cool if I, chat with this person and that's them. And then I thought, wait a second, if I do that because of what this is and where it is, they're going to know where I am and what I do. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I guess I'm just going to leave this.
Okay.
It's one of those things where, you make a decision and you go, okay, I guess I'm going to have to suffer the consequences of just never knowing because of the decisions I make.
Right.
But it was one of those things like, cool.
It cuts both ways.
Yeah.
You've got your privacy, but you can never find out when you bump into somebody, you can never find out if that's them.
Yeah, TC and I were just talking about something like that not too long ago. It's good to keep a little anonymity. You never know what's going to happen,
Oh, yeah. I mean, they say nothing ever deletes on the web.
Right, and there's a lot of creeps out there.
I'm not dumb. If you know my name and search my name, you will find all sorts of stuff.
Oh, same here.
You can't get rid of what's there. I know that, and I don't want that associated with what I do here because this is more for my own personal entertainment. This isn't for people to come by and ask questions about what I've done in the past or, find some account that I had when I was 14.
I mean, you're pretty open when it comes to stuff you've done in the past, but yeah, you just don't want to plug that last tidbit of information in and bring the real world right to or the web right to your doorstep.
Right. I've heard stories about it going horribly wrong, and I don't need that. I have finally a comfortable place, and I don't need it ruined. I don't need my door broken in because somebody decides to call the cops on some fucking bullshit raid. This guy's got coke in his living room on the coffee table, and he's got hookers on his couch. And...
Oh, I wish. I wish. It sounds like a good day. NumbedSkull's a bad influence.
Yes, I am.
And that's why we love you.
I'm a terrible person, dude. Somebody at work the other day, they stopped and said something to me, and I guess I usually try to stop and think before I talk, and it pays off. And they said something to me, and I did that immediate response where I just came off as a straight fucking asshole because they asked me a stupid question. And I'm usually really, really, really nice to people I work with and customers and stuff. And we get in the truck after this, and she looks at me. She goes, dude, straight up, sometimes you can be a straight asshole. And I was like, Yes, I can. Can you tell me what I did? Because I don't recall. And I try not to do it next time. She's like, we have a conversation for a minute. She goes, dude, I've never met a guy who's like, yes, I am. Just tell me what I did. I'll try not to be. It's like, yeah, I realize I sometimes it slips, you know. I am an asshole. It will just straight slip. I won't think, and you'll ask me a dumb question and it'll just auto respond.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I'm a masshole. I'm supposed to be like that.
It was something about the truck key, and she's like, well, I thought you always put the truck key here. And I was like, yeah, I always put the truck key there, but it's not there. That's why I don't know where it is.
Oh, well, that's just fucking, that sounds a little asinine. At the point, that's probably the whole problem. You're not an asshole. Somebody else was. Trust me.
It's one of those things where it was one of those quick snap responses where you caught me when I'm half in freak out mode. Let me get through freak out mode. Then ask me a question. No, everything's good now. Okay, well, you know, shit, dude, you were a straight up asshole.
That wasn't really a question. I mean, you know, hey, look, the key isn't here. You know, kind of stupid.
Sometimes it slips. NumbedSkull 2018. It slips, it slides. Sometimes it falls out even. You never know what happens with things until you look down.
Oh my God. That was pretty good.
So, Dada, how are you doing? I'm sorry our show is a flunk. I can't run anything without my computer.
No
It's
worries.
not a flunk. You got me. I'm here. Ow.
I have no game board. I have no, you know.
Well, you still have to get that battery, right?
Yeah, I finally got tools to take it apart. I got it apart.
Nice.
Battery. I ordered it. The battery's $45, but it's not one of those
Nice.
things I can do this week. And my gas bill for this, you know, cold month just came in, and they read actuals, and oh man, my bill is up there right now. So
Hi, Pinky the Salmon.
Jeez, man. You know what? I think I might talk to you in DMs later. And I might be able to give you a little help.
well, no, it's not that. It's just, you know, I want to make sure
Yeah.
bills get paid.
I want to make sure that you freaking get back up and running. That's all
Oh,
it is.
I appreciate it, but I'm not worried, right? It's just a matter of, like I told everybody when I got back online, I shut the cable off, which is my internet, to afford to make sure I had other things. I'm making sure other
understand.
things are taken care of, and then this will be, you know, okay, cool. 24 hours is only $3 extra. Awesome, I can do that.
Yeah, too bad. I think you're gonna have to respond to me anyway. So.
How you doing, TC? Sorry.
No, you're fine. I started by asking how you were doing and calling, you know.
You know, I'm doing okay, I guess. You know, I guess I'm a little. I got my place cleaned up somewhat. I still have a whole bunch of stuff to do for Monday. I've got a lot.
We haven't seen too much of you, Data, lately.
I've been kind of like, well, I have been kind of buried, and then at the same time, I got addicted to this stupid video game.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You know, 7 Days to Die. I blame.
Oh no, you too.
That's it.
It's like the T virus. It's contagious as all hell.
No, what's that game called? It's called Whirlpool or Whirl.
Huh?
It's called Whirl, like
Oh.
Star Trek SNG. Remember TNG, Star Trek TNG, The Next Generation, where they all get hooked on that game that attaches to their head.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my God, that's right. I forgot all about that.
They pass it on to each other until there's only a few people left, and then they're forcing you. You want to try the game, Wesley?
Oh yeah, that was so creepy. Oh my God, it was so creepy. Oh my God, that's right. I forgot all about that. That was a good one, man. That was a real good one.
You're all right, TC. I'm glad you could join the chat either way. I tried.
Yeah.
I would run it.
Hey, at least one of us made it on.
I could run it from Discord, but it won't work on this computer without voice meter, and I don't want to download anything. Oh, so you guys
in the future,
you guys are gonna love this. So I'm taking care of personal business, we'll call it. And my wife yells in, my computer just shut off and the power cord's not taking any power. I think,
oh my God.
I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck am I going to explain not streaming tonight? I invited 3 people to stream with me. How the fuck do I do that? Like, all right, I can explain my internet going off. I can explain my computer broke and I'm lost resources. How do I explain every computer in my house is down? And I'm just like, what do I do? I get done. I come out. I look at the Christmas tree I just plugged in, and I had an extension cord I ran to the same, power outlet.
Come on.
The computer was plugged to, and I had turned
You
the power
numbskull.
outlet off.
You
And
numbskull.
all I did was walk out here, look at the computer, and looked at the tree, and turn the switch on. She goes, "Oh, the computer's fine. That's cool." I'm just sitting here like, that's cool. Everything works. I'm gonna go have a cigarette now because fuck this.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Yes, computers need electricity.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
Most
they
often.
do.
Eventually, even the ones that have their own batteries, eventually they'll just be like, "No, I'm done for now."
I remember fixing a computer for a semi-asshole, and I dropped it off and set it up and got the hell out of there. And then I get this irate call, and he's like, "The computer's black." I'm like, "Are there any lights out on the front of the box?" "No." "Did you turn it on?" "Press the button until the light turns green." "Oh."
I got a better one.
Those on-off switches are a pain in the ass, aren't they?
Customer who's never owned a computer, let somebody who they know use the computer that they have, that they've only had for a short time, and they call, and I'm helping, and it's done. It's resetting. Just, you didn't have anything important. It's resetting. Everything will be perfect like new in just a few hours. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, this lady calls me. "My computer's only at 25%. Can I turn it off? How long does this take?" "No, ma'am."
Thanks.
"Ma'am, this is going to take, I'm trying to recall what the computer was at the time. And I'm like, "Ma'am, this is going to take at least a good 7 or 8 hours to reset your computer." She's like, "Why does it take so long?" I'm like, "Well, let me explain it like this. On your computer, there's a bunch of space you can't get to, right?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, there's a bunch of files on your computer that are kind of there to make sure if anything gets screwed up that they're a shadow of all of that, so you can put it all back." She goes, "Okay." I go, "And your computer is basically going through and checking every single file you have on your computer to make sure that shadow is the same, or it's replacing it with the shadow." She goes, "Okay." I go, "It's going to take anywhere up to 12 hours, depending on your processor, your hard drive, the RAM you're running, any number of factors." She goes, "So I shouldn't turn it off." I go, "If you turn it off, your computer's going to be useless."
And it was probably a potato to begin with.
I want to
with a vacuum tube stuck in it.
I want to say it was an i3. I want to say it was exactly what I've got in front of me right now, but not the same computer.
I really don't. I mean, why
Numbskull has one of those.
Look, if I press reset on this, I'll see you guys in a month.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Well, Windows 10 has a refresh.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, and it takes a few hours.
Yeah.
That sounds scary.
Well, it's not a full reload, but it'll basically, I don't know how into computers you are or whatnot, but if you remember System File Checker, that's what that is, but a fully automated version of it.
Oh, okay.
Without the disk.
Are you having trouble with your computer? Please use the prompt and press DEL space asterisk period asterisk enter. When it asks you yes or no, press yes, enter, and walk away. Never come back.
I miss F-disk.
Have a nice day.
Never come back. The thing just explodes. It's like an Inspector Gadget message. This message will self-destruct.
I just want Windows 98.
Is that what .exe does? Is that make your computer explode? Yes, ma'am. Just press .exe. It'll just start melting in front of you, and everything will go away.
My computer, my keyboard was dirty, so I put it in the dishwasher.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. You know, you can recharge your phone by putting it in the microwave.
Actually, there was a question on the C++ certification. Can you put a keyboard, a PS keyboard, in the dishwasher? And this was a question, but the answer is yes.
What?
Well, yeah, you can, but you shouldn't. You can do all kinds of things. You can put a gun in your mouth, but you probably shouldn't.
Dishwasher, as long as you don't plug it in while wet, it should actually refresh the whole damn keyboard. But that,
Red out.
This is PS2. This is the old server.
Yeah, the ones that look like the S-video connection.
Right, exactly.
I see. Oh, I see.
They coincidentally also look like the Sega Genesis power cord plug-in.
It looks like an Atari 3200 with fucking keys on it.
Oh, it's so much fun explaining to people how the more side jobs I pick up and the more stuff I do, it's so much fun explaining to people how some stuff actually works. It's like, well, no, the TV you bought is a smart TV. You can plug a keyboard in and use it like a computer.
One of my I used to do that. I used to kind of like try to inform and educate, and one of my customers said, listen, I understand you're trying to be helpful and you're trying to teach me something and you're trying to kind of give me some background information, but it's like this. I have a clock and you're a clock repairman. I just want to see my clock work. I don't need to know how it works. That's your job.
I'll have to keep that in mind for future technical jobs.
There you go.
Oh, I got one for you.
People should know what they have and know how to use it, you'd think, anyway, though.
Really? You tell me what a DC, where the fuck is my phone?
Just keep it simple. Asks, it's 25% done. When's it going to finish? You tell her when it's 100% done.
I like
She goes, how long is that going to take? And you go, well, how long has it taken to get to 25%? 2.5 hours? Well, multiply by 4.
I'm a mechanic. I run into that all the time. Yeah, how long is it going to take? Well, it's going to take as long as it takes. How long does it take to cut the bolt? I don't know. How long does it take for the blade to go through it?
You can have it 3 ways. You could have it fast and what was it? Fast, cheap, or bad. Yeah, you could have it 2 of 3 ways. You could either have it fast or slow and good. I forget the damn saying. Damn. It'll come to me. Anyways.
Yeah, I know. I've heard you say it. So does HDCP mean anything to you?
DHCP. DHCP. DHCP.
You'll tell me what you think it means.
Well, that's DHCP is the protocol on how a router gives a computer an IP number.
Okay, well, the protocol on how a television and an Xbox or a cable modem gives your television information is called HDCP, and I found that out working some dumb job the other day, and I was just like, I'm dumbfounded. I have no idea how to help you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Oh, I figured that out. I just didn't know that's what it was called.
No, I don't know how to make your fucking TV communicate with your router. You called the wrong guy. Thank you.
I'm pretty damn sure it's DHCP.
Sounds good.
I'm telling you I have a picture of it on my phone because I took it and looked it up.
I'm watching
if your
it on my TV
is HDCP capable, it's a content restriction that you're never supposed to know about unless something's wrong with your device.
Huh. Oh, no, I don't know. I don't freaking know.
And come to think of it, now I think I know what's wrong with the device. It's the brand versus the smart TV. How much you want to bet the serial number somebody registered? Never mind. How much you want to bet they screwed up registering their TV and they couldn't?
That could be.
They couldn't do anything.
Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP.
Oh, there's TC. Jesus Christ.
I'm talking
Mr. Smarty Pants. Mr. Smarty Pants.
Hey. Protocol commonly used to automatically generate an internet protocol or IP address and other configuration details like domain name, system name, DNS, all that crap to connect to
I gotta tell you, that's wicked pisser. All of that. It's wicked pisser, son. Uh-oh.
I'm looking it up because I had to look it up before and now I don't know what I did with it. I lost it.
Well, here, I'll do HD. Here, 1 second.
Hold on. Also, okay. HD, what? HD hospitality. Okay, this is
high deductible health plan. HDHP.
I don't know if I should have been more sober for this or more fucked up.
Both. I came in the middle. I've had a couple of Black Russians today.
Ooh.
The second one, I'm sitting there.
Once you go black.
I'm sitting there finishing it, and I'm like, well, that last little drop, I'm not really in the mood.
Oh, okay, I got it. HDCP, high bandwidth.
High digital content protection.
Yeah, you guys don't mean HDMI, do you? Like TC's asking?
With an HDMI, yes. What happens is when you connect these new smart devices together, and I didn't know this when I got called to come troubleshoot this. I didn't know when you connect all these digital devices together, they automatically communicate. I figured that part out.
Those fucking
during the communication, they send a code back and forth that authorizes the communication of the device to each other. So your smart TV and your smart video game system send a code to each other. And then they lock that code into each other to allow them to communicate the signal back and forth.
Yeah, but check this out. It was developed by Intel. And it's actually to prevent copying of digital audio and video content as it travels across the connections. So
yes.
It prevents you from putting like a video capture card between your game system and the television so you can actually copy the video direct. Video and audio direct.
Never seen this message before. I get a phone call, I come by, I take a look, because usually I'm pretty savvy with this stuff. I can, get your entertainment center hooked up like nothing. It's just click for me. Everything just makes sense. And then you show me the
same way, but
on your TV, and I'm like, what the hell is
I'm the same way when I have like the physical materials in front of me, like the wires and the components and everything. I can freaking snap that shit together for you, like no problem. And I understand how it works in my own head, but I have no idea of the definitions and the technical terms and all this other jargon and bullshit that you guys are spewing out.
And it pops up on the television.
I have no idea. I make it work. I don't know how. There's a lot of swearing and yelling.
Are you the guy that picks up the phone and calls someone like that or myself and goes, look, I've got this device and it's doing this. I need someone to fix it. Can you take a look? And you go by and you look at that and you're like, that's a new message for me. Let me look into this. I have no fucking idea. You need a new TV. This is a new TV. Well, sorry, you're SOL. Have a good day.
Yeah, no, that's not me. No, no, that's not me.
High definition mass hole interface.
That's God damn it, TC.
Remove all the wires from the back of the TV. Reinstall all the wires from the back of the TV. Then turn on and off both off and on both devices, and call me back in 30 minutes.
Did you work for the cable company? I've heard that line before.
There you go.
If that doesn't work, call us back in 30 minutes. You bastards. Fuck you. If that doesn't work, I'm smashing my shit.
You'd be surprised, though, by doing both those things. In other words, unplugging and plugging in all the wires and turning on and off all the devices. 99% of the problems will be solved.
How true is that, though?
Yeah, because it's usually the simple shit.
You used to be able to just, you put the wire in the back, you twist on the little nut thingy, and you turn to that channel, and boom, it works. It doesn't matter what the fuck you screwed up in the middle. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. Does the screen turn black or is it still fuzz? Now, you plug this in, it's like, okay, do I have a picture or not? Well, the picture flashed on for a second. I can hear the audio, but the picture's gone. Okay, the audio's gone, and now you have this blue message on your screen. I don't know what to go into in settings. Wait, what happened there? Your screen just went black. I don't know. Did you unplug something? No. Oh, it's broken. That's just my answer with this stuff anymore. Like, I'm good with technology, don't get me wrong, but if it's just not going to do what it's supposed to do when you do what you're supposed to do with it,
yeah,
it's broken.
But sometimes there's a time to give up,
Well, I mean, I run into customer service a lot also, and usually the first layer of customer service are the absolute idiots. Basically, are reading it out of a book. So
your screen just went black. Racist.
Black.
Wait. Are you implying I said because your screen because your screen?
Your screen.
Am I not supposed to drink before the stream?
That's you got to be inclusive.
Black, it's broken, and you have to get rid of it.
Yep. See, that's racist.
That's
totally racist.
I was watching,
oh, don't be so racist. Oh, you must be culturally inclusive, Rondai. Oh, so.
I was watching a Scribe-Light video today. He was going over how a teacher's presentation on why white teachers have issues teaching in diverse classrooms. One of her points was that many cultures, being late to class, many cultures, in other words, being not on time is a given in many cultures.
It's true, though. It's freaking 100% accurate. Like, it's not bullshit.
Right.
It's amazing. Amazing to me.
Do you know how many times I hear people don't work like that anymore when I go do a job?
Samesies.
Like, people don't work like that anymore. It's like, this is how I was taught to work. This is how you do a good job. This is how you make the customer happy. This is how the customer calls you back for more work later. Thank you for your appreciation and how I work. I hopefully will hear from you again soon, because my wallet's going to get empty again, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's called work.
Exactly.
It's called work ethic. Ever hear of it?
Just a lot of people haven't, believe it or not.
Yeah, my boss at work says it. I show up early. Like, I'm walking in my office probably about 20 minutes early with my, my huge cup of coffee.
Same.
And I'll sit down at my desk and I'll just be like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, why do you do that? It's like, well, if I make sure that I'm usually here early, what happens if something goes wrong and I'm held up 15 minutes on the highway? Well, then I'm on time. What happens if I'm held up a half an hour on the highway? Well, then I'm only a couple minutes late, not a half an hour late. I'm not accounting to be here on time every day that nothing goes wrong. I'm accounting that I'll be 20 minutes early most days, and if something goes wrong, I'll be on time.
Oh, and rush hour is such a pain in the ass. Every minute you're late out of the house, it adds another 10 minutes to your drive.
How often have you seen like I don't know, a semi get on the highway and you're crossing over those areas where there's bridges? So the what are they? The emergency vehicles that travel with them, the flashing vehicles, they'll move over and they'll take up both lanes and slow it down like 15, 20 miles an hour just because of a mile of bridge.
They're not
or a half a mile.
They're not even supposed to run during rush hour.
I'm not even talking rush hour. Even if you don't work during rush hour, like right past rush hour, all of a sudden you're just getting caught in traffic. I'm luckily 9, 10 o'clock. I'm supposed to be there, so I get to leave right after rush hour.
I'm up at freaking 5 in the morning.
No, I'm up at 5, but I don't have to be to work until 10.
Well, that's kind of crazy, dude.
Our traffic down here, since it's South Florida, there's basically just one main route. I mean, I remember the first time I explored the Northeast, and I was like amazed that you can go all these directions, you know, because in Florida it's either north or south.
Oh no shit! Yeah, no. Once you come up to my part of the woods, man, you can go all over the place. It's wonderful.
Like, I don't know, Philadelphia, and it's like, you know, you're a couple hours out of New York, you're a couple hours out of, you know, there, and you go anything you want, completely radial.
Yep. Oh yeah, especially like Boston. You get there, you can do circles around the hub.
The last time I went to Philadelphia was a mistake.
Really?
I went on purpose. Like I went in that direction on purpose, but I did not stop to think about anything that was going on. And I drove in during the Democratic primary convention in 2016.
You stopped for a cheesesteak?
Actually, I was going to, but dude, you couldn't get any. By the time that stuff lit up, I got to town like right before it all started. Apparently,
oh no way!
I'm thinking we'll get in, we'll see the Liberty Bell, we'll have lunch, we'll get out. Thinking before tourists really start hitting all the hot spots, we'll kind of wander through real quick.
All right, so much.
We get there, it's not too bad. I'm wondering what the hell's going on. We get stuck in traffic right next to the Liberty Bell, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is a little worse than normal. And I realize the signs up on the posts all say Democratic National Convention, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, did I not even think about what I talk about on the internet? And the Democratic National Convention is going on right now in the town I'm in. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Hey, Red Feather.
Oh, hey, Red Feather.
Hey, Red. Circles around the hub.
Well, in Boston, what? All the roads are made out of old cow trails?
Are they?
Yeah, they are. Especially down Salem and Marblehead. Frickin', you want to talk about roads turning to cow path or cow paths turning into roads? Frickin', Marblehead has the smallest roads, like width-wise, in the entire country.
Oh, yeah, it probably would have been a great live stream, but definitely a giveaway considering all the glass buildings and being in person without a mask, because wearing a mask at a presidential convention would be a bad idea.
Well, it depends on the mask.
Okay, you wear a mask that looks like me right here talking.
If it's Reagan or if it's Jimmy Carter.
What the fuck?
You wear this flaming skull mask around in the Democratic National Convention and start asking some, modestly Republican-sided questions and see what happens to you in Philadelphia. Hey, there's that guy over there. Hey, he was trying to order a cheesesteak. I think he's a Republican. You go get him. Hey.
What are you, like the Italian Ghost Rider? Hey,
you never been to Philadelphia, man. They will get you. I know what people in Philly are like. They
don't be touching the spaghetti over in Philly. Hey, you don't touch the spaghetti.
You want some mustard on that sandwich, you got to pay for it, all right? We ain't going to discuss this no more. That mustard costs money.
That sounds like New York, too.
And...
De Niro Ghost Rider. That's funny, Saki.
Hey, look, never mind. I'm done.
That was fun.
Hey, I want my sub.
Hey, I want to. Why don't you give me a spaghetti sub? Hey, don't you touch the spaghetti.
All right, so on with some modest entertainment for the evening. Obviously, we are in the oncoming of December, and all the damn lights are done, except the jobs that I did where the lights were done, hung early November.
Nice, attaboy.
Hey, you get work where you get work. You take what you can get. If that means climbing up on a ladder and hanging up lights for somebody for like 7 hours straight, and you getting paid like $80 for it. Okay, there's $80 in your pocket that you didn't.
Hey, you know what though? I've been there, done it. Was happy to do it too.
And then I was telling somebody that I hung up lights, and they're like, "Wait, you can hire people to hang up lights for you?" And I was like, "Well,
yeah, cheap as shit too."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it. Now I got somebody asking me, so you do a bunch of work, right? Yeah. Well, I need you to cut out the floor to a second story floor, and the ceiling beneath it's already been removed. We're replacing that.
Wow.
And so you need me to come in and strip you to the studs in a second story.
Nice.
Yeah. How much would you charge for that? Oh, you're looking at a day's work. That's at least $100. Really?
Wow.
When can you do it?
Yesterday.
Wednesday? She's like, I can't do that. You know I work Wednesday. Yeah, it's just like that. Yesterday. I started drinking early today. I had to turn a job down because I just finished oh yeah, half the class isn't so bad. I'll just finish that up real quick. And then I finished my cigarette, and then I walked by, and one of my neighbors is like, "Hey, I might have a job for you if you're interested." I'm like, "I'm definitely interested." He's like, "I got this, and this." And I was like, "Okay."
I'll see you tomorrow.
He's like, "If you want, you can come work on it right now." And I looked at him and I go, "You know what? I pride the fact that I'm honest with people. I'd love this job and I'd love to do it right now. But I don't think that's the greatest of ideas, because this glass right here that's empty, yeah, it's empty for a reason." Oh, no, that's perfectly fine then. I will catch you on Wednesday.
You never turn down a job. You just overcharge and let them back out.
Yeah. What do you got in that glass there? Nothing, but it was full of vodka. You still want me to come work?
You'd be surprised sometimes.
Hey, I used to be told my worst day's work is better than some days' best in jobs that I've done in history. And I take that as a great accomplishment. If I walk into work dog-ass tired, run into the bathroom every 30 minutes to throw up or shit myself, then I'm still working harder than the average person off the street who came in there to work with me. Cool. Fuck you, bastard. Speed your ass up and pick up some slack.
Wow.
NumbedSkull is the backdoor man.
Yeah, NumbedSkull is the one who knocks. I don't know. I guess that's better than being home.
Are we talking knopping or tapping on the head? Is it 2 taps or 3? It's up to you whether you want it or not.
Yikes.
I don't have I do have my soundboard. I think my phone's almost dead though.
Oh no.
But I finally did all my Christmas lights today, and I got 100-foot strand that I keep telling myself for the last 2 years that I'm going to replace, and I'm securing it up on the house. And as I secure the bottom of it, half the strand dies.
Oh, don't you love that?
I'm looking at my account going, nope, not buying a new strand. All right, so I'm going to take the strand down. We're going to measure out. This is the one up the house. So we're talking, hang out a window and climb out a ladder and, finagle something out. I have 2 hooks that I put in last year after a pain in the butt. Now they do it. You just got to get to the hooks. So I measure out the live strands to where the dead strand was, and I move the whole strand over the entire length of the live strands. And then I looped the dead bulbs at the end where I plug it in because everything else worked, and I'm not going to buy new lights. Oh.
Why am I getting flashbacks from Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, right.
Oh, are we
That's
talking National
what I was
Lampoon?
thinking. Yeah, National Lampoon.
Oh no, that's the job. That's the lighting job that I did. In fact, not even kidding, we blew fuses.
Oh my God, dude.
There
That's
is
crazy.
a connector that runs to a plug. This is one of the lines running to the plug. It comes out to a three-way splitter. On one of the plugs on the three-way splitter, there's a smaller, not as high quality three-way splitter. On another one, there's a smaller, slightly better, but still not great quality three-way splitter. And then out and
Jesus
plugged into a
Christ.
light, and then out and plugged into an ornament, and then the three-way
Oh
splitter
my
on the bottom,
God.
stuff in every direction.
Honey, the Christmas lights are up, but the house caught on fire.
NumbedSkull, you should incorporate and name your company Wired for Fire.
And there are so many lights on this house. I live houses away up the road, and when she turns her lights on, I have lights on. I have a freaking 6-foot blow up snow globe in my yard. Merry Christmas. And
When she turns the lights on,
Merry Christmas.
and she could land the fucking helicopter with the lights she has in the middle of the night, and that you can see everything. It's awesome. It's fucking beautiful.
I've never heard Merry Christmas said with such malice before.
Did you hear about that story? This company started a whole bunch of greenhouses up in the Northeast, and they've got something like 1.5 million watts of lighting to grow.
Holy shit!
To grow these plants 24/7, all around the clock, and the
weed, right?
The neighborhood closest to them never has nighttime.
Oh no!
The indirect lighting alone keeps.
I've seen power substations like that, where they're so lit up, like the neighbors never have nighttime. And like they're trying to go against, like, they were fighting the oil companies and the gas companies that have these like facilities and shit in like the neighborhoods. It's a nightmare. It's a disaster.
All right. And even Saki, even if you're a Grinch like that, there's a point where Christmas is cool, and there's a point where you're eccentric, and there's a point where you're eccentrically fucking cool. Around Christmas time every year, there's like a competition. I want to say it's somewhere in Texas, if I recall, and you can find YouTube videos all over the place of these houses that play Christmas music.
Right.
And as they're playing Christmas music, the fences and the shutters and the roof and the trees all light to the music, and everything sways and moves to the music. All the lights stream across it with the tune, and it's like, are you fucking serious? That is cool.
Not only that, but they've got the lights set up around the house to the point where it's like an LED screen.
Yeah.
Saki said a 6-foot blow up. What?
I have a 6-foot blow up Santa for when I'm bored.
Oh wow!
Is that all right?
It's a sphere.
I put the 4-foot one on the roof for now, just in case. If I get tempted, it's a little harder to get after, but you know.
Dude, I've seen news stories in my area before where people have like attacked and sexually and violently, and a combination thereof, the blow up fucking figurines in people's front yards and shit.
That was you on the deer in my front yard. Now I know.
Sorry. Couldn't resist. I tried.
It's never
I'm getting therapy. I'm getting therapy.
So is the deer.
Probably. I could recommend a good counselor.
So yeah, I think I'm just about done with the Christmas decorating for now, but you know, it's
you
what
never
it
know.
is. Yeah, if I get another job, hey, look, I need 600 feet of lights hung up.
Dude, it's still like a month till Christmas almost, you know, just under, man, really. Like, you know, there's still time.
Yep.
As Santa empties his sack. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh no, dude, I can't believe you just went there. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm crying. It's terrible.
Oh God. On that note.
Santa's rolling around with his fat sack. Don't no.
Wow.
What are you saying in chat?
Oh, no.
Why is this suit red? Saki, what did you do? Dude.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh.
Amazing.
Where do I go from here?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Yourself into a corner.
Where's the malevolent rider? I need the timekeeper. Where am I supposed to be gone now? Do I press this?
You are where you be. Yeah.
This is too fucking dear.
Oh my God, DC. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so bad.
Still got time. It's only 50 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, what else is there? What haven't we covered yet?
I don't know.
Hmm.
News?
Oh.
What else is in the news besides the dead bush?
You guys hear about that earthquake in Alaska, the 7.1 or whatever it was? Fucking rocked the earth to its core.
They've had 250 more tremors since.
Wow. And then there was that sound, like that sub like frequency, like super low frequency freaking like echo that like circled the earth a few times prior to that.
Yep.
That's some crazy shit, man.
Completely unknown, and the island closest to it actually moved like something like 2 or 3 inches.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then there was a teacher that evacuated their classroom because one student was wearing...
Oh, with the MAGA hat. TC showed me that. That was ridiculous, dude. Unreal. Capital letters and hats can freaking just destroy lives. You know, it's stupid. So stupid.
What else? FBI searched a house who was owned by somebody involved with the Clinton Foundation.
Oh no, I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, well,
what's that all about?
You wouldn't hear about it because they're talking.
Oh, good point.
They're talking about still the Russian probe.
All right, good point there, man.
Huh?
Wasn't there one in South Carolina where there's there's litigation going on in court? Apparently the Republicans and the Democrats, the Republicans cheated or something on the voting. They were only 750 votes apart, and they didn't approve the vote count for...
Oh, wasn't that Florida again?
I thought it was...
Didn't Florida fuck something up again?
I heard Florida fucked something up, but I haven't heard any recent news about Florida. I heard something. I thought it was in Carolina or something. Maybe it was a mayor. Georgia. Could have been Georgia. It sounds like a bumfuck state to me. I mean, yeah, I've been there. It's beautiful.
The bumblefuck.
I've been there. It's beautiful. Why don't their sex stores sell sex toys? It's like, hey, yeah, we can order you something, but there's only this, this couple of things here on the wall, and this is what you can look at, and that's all we have.
What?
You don't walk into an Adam and Eve and expect to find like 12 different items in 30 different colors. You expect to find like 500 different items, and you want to find that special pink blow-up sheep that you found before that you can't find anywhere else.
God, probably right.
But you walk in there, and it's like
a sheep and not a goat.
The ghosts don't come in special colors, only the sheep do.
Oh, the sheep, my bad. I should have known.
Hey, you could go with the blow-up dog. They come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, it's all up to what you want. But if
the blow-up dog,
if you go to an Adam and Eve in the what's called the Bible Belt, and this is what they told me because I asked. I walked in, I looked around.
There you go. That's
like
your whole problem right there.
And I walked up and I looked at the lady at the counter and I go, I've been to the Adam and Eve website. Why is this store so empty? She goes, well, nobody around here wants to sell that stuff. You can get in trouble if you sell the wrong items, and it's it's looked down upon. And it's like, but you don't have anything in here. How do you have a business? She's like, well, actually, we schedule a lot of parties. What about selling product?
What kind of parties?
They're like Tupperware.
And am I invited?
They're like Tupperware parties, but with dildos.
Yeah, you've never heard about these? They're awesome to listen to about, but I don't think I ever want to go to one. It's like
you don't get to demonstrate, or you don't get to try out the product or nothing.
I mean,
like,
you
just
tell me what
a bunch of chicks.
I'm gonna call Adam and Eve. I'm gonna inquire about these several male sex devices, and then I'm gonna throw a party and demonstrate them for people.
Dude, give me 2 dildos and I could satisfy 3 women at the same time.
Oh, fair. But you're supposed to
one in each hand, you know.
I want you to demonstrate a dildo for the crowd, please.
You seem to know quite a lot about this, NumbedSkull.
Yeah, right? My wife was going to be one of these. She went to one of those lingerie parties they had at the. She went to one of those parties they had at the hotel, and she comes back and she's like, "That was actually really fun, and I can do those if I want." And I was like,
"Oh wow,
wow!" I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, cheaper sex toys or something." And she's like, "Well, no, it's a long story.
No.
She didn't take that job."
If I get to the top tier level, I'll get a pink Cadillac.
Nice.
I want some of those expensive.
You'll get a pussy hat.
I want some of those expensive $100 love cushions, or the whole bundle for like $300. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're like wedge cushions. They're specially developed. They're firm, but they're soft. And you can lay one on the bed and just like, bend them over the cushion and hold them there. And, you can restrain them to the cushion. And what batteries do sex toys take? All batteries. Always keep a drawer in your house.
Ow.
And Cadillac with matching pussy hat.
The sex toy, the best sex toys plug into the wall.
The best ones are
Black and Decker orbital standard.
Have you guys ever seen the fuck saw? It's a sawzall with a dildo on the end of it.
Yeah, you see that a lot. Never mind.
Yeah, you do actually. You do. It's true. It exists. It's a real thing.
That. No, I don't have high speed like that. Damn. Okay.
Like freaking oscillating random orbit. Freaking.
You signed the consent form. I guess it's okay.
Oh my god, this is taking a rough dive.
Contractor's edition.
Contractor's edition.
Oh shit!
I got
Dark
this
Suzuki was in here. Oh, bye, Dark Suzuki. I didn't see you in chat.
My sex toys complain if I don't feed them. Well, then make sure you leave us up. That's why American runs at 60 hertz. That's why you.
Whatever.
It is 110.
Oh, there's a new movie coming out.
That's why I keep them in the cellar, Sasaki.
The story of Bob Lazar.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
It's going to be...
it's a secure team, right?
Well, yeah, it's actually... The movie itself is going to be coming out in a couple days.
Oh, there's a movie. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
You know what movie actually sounds stupidly interesting to me? Nostalgic interesting?
What?
The Lion King.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it so far. So
I watched the preview. The animation in the preview looks spectacular. If they just remade the movie and they didn't change much, and they
would they change a bunch of shit?
If they changed a bunch of shit and like ruined the movie by changing too much of it, then I don't know if I'll like it. But for the most part, I kind of want to see it for the animation.
But I don't understand why they would even redo it. Frankly.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah, I
wrong?
mean, Jesus Christ, it's freaking kind of been beaten to death, hasn't it?
I mean, it's only a decade old, and it's animation anyways, and it was pretty damn
All
good
right.
originally. So, I mean, what's the point?
I tend to agree with Dave on
It's
this.
just so great to be king.
I mean,
Holy
the
shit.
Is it
Alrighty then.
theaters live? Is it in
I think it's live. Or no, it's supposed to come out at the end of the year, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
it'll be playing across the country until it
Yeah.
gets to Broadway, but yeah.
It sounds interesting, if nothing else.
Yes, this is true.
Saki, we today are seeing the wrath of those things that actually do move slow, still moving through the processes. So there was a period of time when all the writers went on strike, 6 or 8 years ago now?
Oh, I remember that.
And we are finally seeing, maybe, I'm hoping, the last influx of the strike writers' manuscripts. Let's call them the scab manuscripts.
You
We're
mean
seeing
like
the last of them.
Fucking crappy film.
No, what data? Sorry.
no original ideas?
Yeah, it's in like what, 04, 05. All of a sudden, original ideas died, and then it was
Don't hold your breath.
a small, short influx of remake ideas, and then all of this Marvel stuff really picked up because the remakes were getting annoying. Now Marvel's getting annoying. The remakes are sort of like, okay, well these were okay. Let's get a couple of these made, and then people are gonna get really fucking fed up, and you're gonna see people start remaking stupid older movies like, oh wait, we have been old Western movies and shit being remade and redone just to see if the audience is interested in that.
Yeah, I want to see him remake Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that would be funny.
The older,
yeah, they will fuck it up though. There's too much freaking like non-PC shit in there, you know.
Oh, there's Ryder. Time's up. We gotta go.
Now, what is it? The new Doctor Who is quitting the show, or
Already?
supposedly, yeah.
Good.
They're not doing a Christmas special.
Oh, that kind of sucks though.
Yeah, I mean they kind of destroyed the whole.
Yeah, they fucked it up, man. They threw a wrench in that works.
Yep.
That sucks too, because that Doctor Who was the best. I love the one with the curly-haired freaking hook nose dude.
Oh,
David something or other.
Tennant.
I think it was.
David Tennant. His last
Yeah.
line. I don't want to go.
He
Right?
shouldn't have gone. I didn't want him to go either.
I haven't watched the new one yet, but the only way that I think that would have worked is she had to be a snarky, witty, sultry female.
Yeah, David Tennant.
Yeah, but when the Doctor goes to woman, it has to be sultry, witty, and
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But she was just a retard, wasn't she? Like, first thing she did was crash the TARDIS. Fucking.
Yeah, there's been a lot of critical opinions on it. I mean,
The TARDIS has never crashed, and it's fucking like the history of the TARDIS. Like, fucking Broad gets fucking her hands on it for the first time in all of history, crashes it within the first episode.
Hold on.
Within the first 5 minutes of the first episode.
If you watched through, was it season 8? Maybe it was 9 when he was with his wife. I want to say it was series 8 when he was with his wife, which is a whole backwards story, quite literally. And one of the things they discuss is how he never drives it right and why it makes a certain sound.
Yeah, because he drives it with the emergency brake on.
And why it never, like, there's always certain noises. How he doesn't actually know how to drive it. So
he walks up to her, he goes, "Why isn't it making that noise?" And she goes, "Oh, because you drive it with the emergency brake on."
Yeah, well, at least he didn't crash it, though. There's a big difference between destroying the TARDIS and freaking leaving the e-brake on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was almost as if she was phoning it in. her acting of Doctor Who, because Doctor Who is supposed to be flamboyant and have all the answers and
Right.
You know, but it was pretty lame.
I haven't watched it, and I don't know if I want to. I want Rose back. Rose
Tyler.
Rose drew me into the show real hard.
Rose Tyler.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
bad
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking. Oh yeah. I
don't know what it was, but it was like, okay, Rose. Yeah.
The girl who waits.
Yeah, she's like that sultry fucking
Bad Wolf.
British.
Yes, Lulu's got me. I don't know what it is. It's something about the British speak with the hair and
the hair is great.
We can keep going, but my wife's in the other room listening, going, "You're an asshole."
Not do that. She is. Yes, she is.
But it's not like I haven't had this conversation that Rose was the best in the show, I think.
No, of course not. I'm sure that's probably the common point of
it's not like a regular point, but it's a discussion that's been had.
Yeah, it's not unknown.
Like whenever Doctor Who comes up, it's always, which Doctor do you like? And it's like, honestly, I like the companions. Rose was my favorite, and that makes sense.
Do you guys bang with Doctor Who playing in the background?
No, just the noise.
just the opening track. that's. Oh, honey, are you in the mood?
Destroy.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Dr. Donna. Dr. Donna was weird. Donna was corny.
Yeah.
I mean, I was okay with her, but she was corny.
Yeah, definitely not what it could have.
Oi! No. Oi, you! Oi! Oi! Oi, you!
Right. But she was the first strong female character. That's when it started.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Oh,
and it was still okay to watch, but I think where it really where the PC started coming in was the last Doctor. What's his name? The one with the silver hair.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't as happy with that one. It started like you could almost felt like he wasn't happy doing it. To be honest,
it took him a while to I guess get used to it.
He didn't have the sparky, witty doctor feeling to him.
Right. Well, he was definitely a much older incarnation.
Yeah, wasn't that the incarnation that spent 300 years on the planet? Isn't that why he looked like that?
Maybe.
It wasn't that.
No,
it wasn't. I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think that his incarnation originally looked like that. I want to say that was after he spent 300 years.
Oh, well.
Am I wrong?
Well, no, what happened, okay, the Doctor before him was supposed to be the last Doctor.
Right.
And he ended up going to the planet where his grave was.
Right.
And it was the planet, I think it was the planet called Christmas.
Right, and he had to stay there and protect them.
And playing with the kids and whatnot and fixing their toys. And he actually was a very, very, very old man. And I think it was
to protect Christmas, because if he died or left, then Christmas would have been taken over and the planet would have been destroyed, which was seen in the previous season.
The Daleks were basically trying to land on this planet and whatnot, but they attempted a bunch of... No, it wasn't the Daleks. Well, actually, I think it was all his enemies were trying to land on the planet to kill him. And then it was the crack in time from the future that gave him... A new
No, it was his wife. At that
dash.
point, it was his wife pleading with the history of his planet to get the elder gods or something of his planet to grant him one more chance to continue on.
Right.
The
And so
crack.
they gave him new regeneration energy. He became young again and basically blasted all his enemies. But then at that point, he was shot and he had to regenerate again. And when he regenerated, he turned into what's his name?
I don't know.
The silver-haired doctor.
The doctor went to planet Zaphodon in the Enterprise. I know my sci-fi well. And you get a field goal when you put it in the hoop, right?
Remember, always
Peter
bring,
Capaldi.
always bring your towel.
Oh, right, yes.
You should always take a towel.
That's right.
Always
Oh, man.
bring your towel.
I have no idea what's going on.
Why don't you guys take a towel?
Towley's my hero, man. He's like my my idol.
Wait, hold on. It's Christmas time. Isn't it
Mr. Hanky.
Is it Mr. Hanky?
Yeah, it's Mr. Hanky, the Christmas bow.
Christmas turd.
Hey, that's insulting.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Never buy lavender scented toilet paper. It burns your ass. So the idea that you're wiping your ass with lavender scented toilet paper.
Oh, Ryder turned 23 yesterday.
Wow, no shit.
It's always fun getting older till you get older, then it's no fun anymore.
And never buy lavender scented toilet paper. It burns your ass.
Oh, I think though we have exhausted the garland for this episode, and we must restring our lights next time.
Maybe so.
Without blowing a fuse.
Without blowing another fuse. Please, no more fuses. And then you get a phone call. Can you come by and check out my lights? They weren't working last night. Oh,
Honey, why are you standing on the lawn? I'm next to the fire truck.
Oh. All right, folks. If you like the show, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down and don't come back. Thank you, everybody.
Get out.
Get out.
GTFO.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
GTFO.
Welcome to the end of my stream. Thank you and good night.